Hey everybody, I'm Kyle Ryssdal. Welcome back to Make Me Smart, where we make today make sense. Friday, 27 September today.
Yes, I can't believe I forgot to mark Earth, Wind, and Fire Day. Totally dropped the ball this year. But anyway, I'm Kimberly.
It was
that was
all
the 21st.
over my social. It was all over my social. I was like, you guys.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's important. Anyway, I'm Kimberly Adams. Thank you for joining us on the podcast, folks who are tuning into the live stream on YouTube. We are doing Economics on Tap, our weekly newsy and boozy happy hour episode, although, Kai, I'm guessing you're drinking water.
I am. It's only 27 September. I got 29, 30, three more days to go.
Which is great. Yes.
3 more days to go. We're going to do some news. We'll play a game after the break, but we will talk drinks. What are you drinking, Ms. Adam?
I'm sorry, I'm just chuckling at Adam Fierst in the chat saying, we'll wake you up when September ends. Nicely done. Yeah. Nicely done. Anyway, what I'm drinking, of course, my cocktail has a story. So remember a couple of weeks ago when I was telling you about my seed book with all the little packets of seeds that I have for my friends to share? So at a party earlier in the year, my friend Emily was at my house with her fiance, now husband, congratulations to them. And I gave them some fennel seeds, right? So Emily, who just so happens to be president of the National Press Club and is amazing, we were hanging out at the press club earlier this week, and she gave me this bottle of fennel liqueur that her husband made with the fennel that they grew from the seeds that they got from me. Cool. Isn't that the coolest?
That is very cool.
And look at the little handmade label and everything.
Wow.
So I looked online to try to find some fennel liqueur recipes and came up with something that I think works, which is a fennel liquor infused Sazerac. So it's got the basics of a Sazerac, but instead of just the straight sugar, it's the fennel liqueur, which is a bit sweet, and then I added a bit more sugar. But it's, since it's already got absinthe in it, which has a bit of an anise flavor, and fennel has a bit of an anise flavor, it all works together, and it's delicious.
That's very cool. I made limoncello once of my own. It was fine. It wasn't as good as professionally made. Or and in point of fact, actually, what happened? My son's girlfriend's mother made some that she brought over a year ago. Much better. So I drink that instead of my own. But anyway.
Nice.
Anywho, let's go to the chat. So flipping out,
drinking.
Tangerine Margarita. Greetings from Charlotte. So there you go. Jar, you still working? Only water? Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
Let's see. Cherry lemonade in the Discord. A cherry lemonade bubbly burst, replacing my normal diet cheer wine. Okay. Michael's having Topo Chico. Tim in London, hey, is having an Arnold Palmer. I like all the mocktails today. And let's see, I see somebody had a nice Chianti, and I saw a claret earlier as well.
Yeah, I saw Claret as well. Jeff Utz is having a Hacker Shore pumpkin spice dunkel with some schnitzel and sauerkraut. Very good. Very good. Sehr
okay.
Gut, as they say. Hank L, coffee with whole milk. The only way
seltzer?
coffee should be drunk. Who's having a Mandarin seltzer? Oh, there you go. Mighty unlikely.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have to acknowledge Miles Wilburn with the Budweiser, since I am from St. Louis. Funny story. When we were in Denver, we went out for cocktails, of course, after the Denver live show. And the waitress who was waiting on us had a bolero tie with an Anheuser-Busch logo on it, which I recognized because, of course, I'm from St. Louis. And she said I was the first person who ever recognized what the symbol was.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's funny.
All right. News. What do you got?
So mine is, it is the sign that this election has jumped the shark. Not the $100,000 watches, not any of that, nothing else compares to this. There's a story in the New York Times. Headline is GOP candidates looking to soften their image turn to their wives. Of course, that's because reproductive rights are a huge issue in this campaign. What's happening, though, is that some of these Republican candidates are posing with women and or families that are not their own. I will read you the caption of a photograph in this paper. It appears in the newspaper of record. It says, Derek Anderson, who's running for an open seat in Virginia's 7th District, and this is a photo that looks for all the world like a family picture. Derek Anderson in a photo with the wife and children of a longtime friend. Pull up the picture. It's unbelievable. You
Is
gotta
he
be kidding
photoshopped
me.
into that?
I don't, well, that'd be something else, but can't be. But
Look
come
at
on,
it.
with the wife and children of a longtime friend. And so your readers are scrolling by and they're like, oh, yeah, Derek Williams, Family Guy, whatever. You know, and have a family, don't have a family, I don't care, but come on.
Hmm.
That's all I got. That's all I got. Isn't that crazy?
Wow, wow, wow. And this on the heels of the Melania Trump interview and
Yes.
oh boy. Oh
Yep.
boy.
Very interesting.
Okay. I got nothing.
Very interesting.
I'm speechless on
Very.
that
Isn't that
one.
crazy? Isn't that wild?
That's
You're
rare.
like, seriously?
That's pretty
You're doing
wild.
this? Yeah.
It's like, did you
Anyway,
think no one
that's
would
funny.
notice? I mean, I guess with the
Right.
dearth of local news, maybe.
Yeah.
But on the issue of local news, that gets to my story, which comes from State Line, which is really a great website
Mm-hmm.
for getting local news from all over the country. And they've got this series that they're doing right now called The Deciders, 7 states plus 5 issues that will swing the 2024 election. And as we all know, the presidential race, at least, is probably going to come down to a handful of voters in 7 swing states. That does not mean that your vote does not matter if you're not in a swing state. There are a lot of ballot
Mm-hmm.
initiatives and down ballot races that are crucially important. It is still important to vote regardless of whether you're in a swing state or not. Anyway, but they are looking at a variety of issues, including abortion, changing demographics, union organizing and how that plays into it, businesses that are doing well, but daily life being a struggle. The story that caught my eye in particular is something that I've been watching, which is about all these states that have changed their voting laws since 2020. And right now, I'm just reading here, nationally, the Voting Rights Lab, a nonpartisan group that researches election law changes, tracked 6,450 bills across the country that were introduced since 2021 that sought to alter the voting process. Hundreds of these bills were enacted. And what this means is that for people all over the country, and especially in these swing states, there have been a lot of changes to voter registration, the rules around voting, who can support voting in what ways since 2020. Things may be different. So that's why it's super important to have a voting plan. Perfect example of this is what's going down in North Carolina. I saw this earlier this week and was floored. Headline from Newsweek: Battleground state removes nearly 10% of voters for being ineligible. In North Carolina, they removed almost nearly 750,000 registered voters over their records from over the past 20 months. An average of 1,200 voters were taken off the list every day from the start of 2023 through August of 2024, according to the North Carolina Board of Elections. And some of them may have moved to a different county or state, died, been convicted of a felony, or even requested to, be removed. But that's a lot of people to drop from voting rolls in a swing state in a very tight election. So folks, have a voting plan, be on top of it. I want to, do a gentle plug for our marketplace tech show, Decoding Democracy. That's also on YouTube, and we have it, we'll link it in the show notes. Our most recent episode, we talked to this guy from a Harvard project called Vote Flare, which allows you to sign up for a service that will automatically alert you if there's been any change to your voter file. So if you get dropped or if something changes, it will send you a text alert. And so you can stay on top of it that way.
Yeah, just, go to your county elector or your registrar or whatever and just check. Just check. Please, 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 please. All right. That is the news. Quick break, as we always do, and then we'll play a round of half full, half empty. We'll be right back.
Okay, welcome back. It is now time to play our very fun game, Half Full, Half Empty, hosted by the very fun Drew Jostad. Drew, take it away.
First topic, are you half full or half empty on the doomsday prepper economy?
I love this story so
I
much.
don't know what that is.
So, this was a story that was our intern in our Washington, D.C. bureau, Alyssa Castles, worked super hard on this, researching the rise of sort of the mainstreaming of the doomsday prepper industry. And so she did this story
Mm.
for Marketplace Morning Report and about Costco starting to carry like this doomsday prepper stuff with the ready-made meals and all
Oh
this stuff.
man. Wow.
And I have to say, I'm a tiny bit of a prepper myself because when I was in college, I actually took a survival course and I still have like all of my little kit and everything. I have like a whole chunk of my bookshelf that's like survival books. And I definitely have my little go bag and everything like that. But I once
I will
tried,
remind people here, love you though we do, Kimberly Adams, you have a freaking landline, hard phone, copper wire phone. So we
right
kind of
there.
knew you were a prepper. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. But I don't know. I think one of the things I liked about her story was she was talking about the efforts to kind of shift the prepper culture from the conspiracy theory culture,
Yeah. Yeah.
and this idea that, I mean, just look at what's happening in Florida, right?
Yep.
You never know
No,
when
I
you need
agree.
to move quickly. You never know when you're going to be without power for a long time. The folks in Houston certainly learned that lesson. And so I think there's a reasonable amount of prepping that one can do. Although, don't be like me and try to store emergency water in your closet in containers not designed for emergency water storage and end up with water containers that leak all over everything, many, many gallons.
I
Don't
have
be like
been
me.
exactly
Don't
there.
do that.
I have
Don't
been
do
there.
that. All right. Phew.
Next up, are you half full or half empty on using WhatsApp for news alerts?
Oh, that's so interesting. I think I saw that go by me in the New York Times or some of my social feed that news organizations are trying to get into WhatsApp as a way to push feeds or push news. Is that right, Drew?
Yeah, there's a feature on WhatsApp called WhatsApp channels where you can just kind of have a bunch of subscribers and then you just push out an alert to them, sort of like a social media network. And it looks,
Hmm.
and apparently New York Times is already looking at 14 million subscribers, and then some other organizations like
God,
Telemundo around 800,000. So
that's kind of wild. I'm
Uh,
half empty just for myself, but look, go where the news is and more power to you. I don't need it, but because I'm swamped already. But if it's there, sure.
I'm gonna have to say half empty because I will never forgive Facebook and Zuckerberg for the pivot to video. So I can't trust any kind of journalism delivered via those platforms.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Give me one
Drew,
second. Something just got loud here.
I think your fan turned on or something.
Yeah.
Oh, or maybe our text did something.
Yes, let's always blame the cat.
Well,
He
I
is,
mean, there was the noise came on, and then you heard the meow, and you're like, "Mm."
he saw me move and therefore had to
All
make
right.
himself known. Anyway, go ahead. What's the next topic?
are you half full or half empty on Southwest Airlines getting rid of open seating?
Oh, it had a certain charm, but I'm half full. Whatever they got to do to make money and stay in business, that's fine.
I'm half empty.
Sorry,
I
let me contextualize my make money thing.
Okay.
Apparently,
Okay.
that's what people want, right? I heard the CEO the other day, I think it might have been on MMR, talking about something like 80% of their customers want assigned seats. And if that keeps people flying Southwest and it keeps that as an option, then I'm in favor of it. That's what I meant.
I won't speak to the business strategy of it because I'm sure they have people that they pay a lot of money to look into these things and establish what their customers do and do not want. But one of the reasons I like flying Southwest is because it feels like a little bit of a respite from the class delineation in every single part of our lives. And at the end of the day, if you're fast enough to check in, you can get in the A group in Southwest and get a good seat, or the B group and get a good seat. Or you can pay for it and get a good seat, fine. But you have a reasonable chance with everybody else of getting a decent seat, and everybody's mixed together, and the folks are really friendly. And it just always gets me every time I line up for a plane on the other airlines. And they're like, if you're really special and really rich, go ahead. If you're sort of rich, then you go. And if you're just special because you spend a lot of money with us, then you can go. The rest of you plebeians, fend for yourselves. And I don't know. I guess it was it was always never going to work forever, but I'm half empty.
Next up, we'll pivot to astronomy, I guess. Starting Sunday, the asteroid 2024 PT5 will begin orbiting the Earth for about 8
Moon
weeks. Are
number
you half full or
2.
half empty on a second moon?
All the way full.
Totally full. Can you see it
Really?
with the naked eye? Probably not.
I don't think you can even see it with a
Oh.
telescope.
Oh, is that right?
Oh.
I
You
think
have
it's
to
cool.
have
I think it'd be
you
great.
have to have pretty specialized equipment, it seemed like.
Oh, do you? Oh.
It's pretty
I'm still
small.
half full. I think it's cool. As long as it
I
doesn't
think
hit
it's
the
cool
planet.
too.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
let's not.
Sweet meteor of death. Just kidding.
Have you ever seen the movie
Just
Seeking a Friend for the End of the World?
I have not.
You should. It's one
Shocking.
of my favorites. It's so good. It's got Steve Carell and Keira Knightley, and the
Oh,
premise is that
I
the
like
world
both
is
of
going to
them.
be destroyed in like 2 weeks or something, and there's nothing anybody can do anymore, and just what people choose to spend their time on when they know the world is about to
Oh,
end.
that's
And
actually
it's
really interesting.
great. It's a great movie and just does
All right.
not get enough attention.
Is it it's comedy, I hope? Steve Carell? Yeah?
Yeah, it's a romantic comedy.
All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right. It's just a poll, Drew.
Poll time.
All right, poll
All
time.
right, let's
All
do it.
291 of you on the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna set this one up a little bit. Fridgescaping is the practice of organizing and arranging the food and other items in your fridge to be visually appealing. You might add decorations like flowers or framed photos. Are you half full or half empty on
Okay.
it?
All right. Okay.
I'm so
So
mad I
with,
already knew what this was.
oh, that's funny. I had not heard of this. I will say by way of stalling and introduction to how I feel about this. It has been habit in my family for decades now that 5 of the 6 people in this family just throw stuff in the fridge willy-nilly. Just wherever it goes, don't care, whatever. Only one of us cares that the yogurts go second shelf on the left, milks go in the door,
That doesn't happen to be
eggs
you,
go on,
does it?
eggs go second shelf on, they just go there, right? Anyway, also, as long as I'm confessing, I will confess this. There is a certain way that dishwashers are supposed to be loaded, people. Do not screw with
Agreed.
that.
Agreed.
And I
Okay.
cannot possibly be the only dad in the world who rearranges the dishwasher when everybody loads it wrong. So with that, and because everybody's a grown up and can make up their own mind, they don't need me to tell them which way to go or whatever. I don't need fridgescaping. I just need an orderly refrigerator.
So while we're talking about internet trends, because this is where I saw this on like TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Shorts, YouTube Shorts, whatever. Have you seen this thing where apparently British people do not rinse their dishes after they wash them before they put them in the drying rack? Like this has been like all
Wait.
over the socials, and I need like further confirmation. There was somebody in the chat from London. I need you to weigh in on this because the internet says that British people, when they like wash dishes in the sink and they put the soap on them, they put them in the drying rack before rinsing the soap off of them. And there's like all of these videos about this with Americans losing it and British people being like, "What's wrong? It's a waste of water." So anyway, that
understand.
just got me deeply. The fridgescaping thing, I saw this trend come up, and I have to admit, like it kind of lives in the same realm of like all of the excess decanting of foods into containers. Like it feels a little wasteful and unnecessary and using up a bunch of stuff. I have seen some really cool ones where they get like all these thrifted dishes and from like,
Wow.
Goodwill or whatever. And it's just like you're putting things that you would have in boring, storage containers in your fridge in pretty
Wow.
glass bowls or pretty porcelain bowls. And I can dig it. I like it. It's like I happen to not be cooking. I'm not in much of a cooking era right now, so I don't have a ton of stuff in my fridge on a general basis. So like it's looking a little sparse in there. And so I did move some stuff into a pretty bowl and I was like,
Wow.
yeah, I can do a little fridge scaping and, I didn't put flowers in there, but what did I put in there? I did something. I was like, I put like a pretty little vase that had nothing in it, but just to do it. I was like, no, I'm not gonna keep doing this. But I tried it.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go
Wow.
half full.
All right.
Let people do what they're gonna
All
do
right.
as long as
Where's
you're doing it
where's the poll? I can't see the
sustainably.
poll here.
I can
Yes,
see it.
totally fair.
So we've got
Then you are, keep it going.
163 votes. Like it while you're at it, please, folks. But we're waiting to close the poll. Do 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 do. Come on, y'all. Okay. Well,
Just yeah.
I don't know. All right. Well, we're going to have to trust that it's probably. Oh, now we've got it. All right. So half empty, 84%, half full, 15%. Okay. All right. I'll be the outlier. I'll be the outlier.
Fair
That's
enough.
fine. That's
Fair
fine.
enough. Well done, Peach. Well done. Now I have to go in and rearrange the dishwasher. All right, we're done for today. Back on Monday, we always are after a Friday, except federal holidays. Anyway, before we go though, you know what time of year it is, peeps. You know what time of year it is. You've heard us say that stock market is not the economy. I say that quite a bit. The economy is, of course, made up of people, the kind of people and stories you hear about on Marketplace. That is the inspiration for our partnership with an artist in the Twin Cities called Filippo, named rather, I'm sorry, he's not called, he might be called that as well. Filippo Diaoli, and I'm going to try that one more time because I surely screwed it up. Filippo Diaoli, who designed a new sweatshirt for Marketplace investors, and it's available.
And it looks super cool. So this weekend only, it's available at half of the normal giving level that you would normally have to give to get said sweater. So it's $8 a month instead of $16. Or if you're already a sustaining donor, thank you. You can get it for a one-time donation of $90 instead of $180. So total win-win. You can support us at Marketplace with our nonprofit journalism and get a great deal on a really cool sweatshirt as it's getting into be sweater weather, as we say. So check out the design and make your donation right now at marketplace.org/GiveSmart. You can also follow the link in the show notes.
It is pledge time. Make Me Smart is produced by Courtney Bergseeker. Today's episode was engineered by Jake Cherry.
The team behind our Friday game is Emily McCune, Jamila Huxtable, and Antoinette Brock. Marissa Cabrera is our senior producer. Bridget Bodner is our director of podcasts, and Francesca Levy is the executive director of digital and on demand. There goes the cat.
And there you have it. There you